Okay, again, I'd like to take a previous program and use functions to make it better. So I've got some start code here. I'll put the link in the description. So I want to use this template and save it in my fake student CS20, and this is going to be functionize Vivaldi demo. Description, functionize Vivaldi, start code. Okay. Create that repository, and then of course, once it's created, we'll sync it with our, where do we go? Open with the GitHub desktop. And we'll save it onto our local computer. Yep, desktop CS20 folder looks good. Clone that. Awesome. So we get our copy on our local computer and the copy on GitHub. And once that's set up, we can open in Visual Studio Code and start programming. Okay, so again, this project is done. It works. We're just going to try to make it better with functions. So the 4 seasons here, this seems bigger. Oh yeah, I did zoom in. Here we go. 4 seasons, basically beautiful. I select one, summer, it changes the image, so it highlights the different part, changes the song, changes the background, autumn, winter, spring, etc. Okay, cool. Now all of this works. Right, I've got my options, I've got my outputs here, and my JavaScript basically says, hey, when we change these things, there's an event listener here. I get the value from that event list, or from the select element, and based on that, if the season is spring, I update the page. If the season is summer, I update the page. Right, I change the title of the H2 to be this. I change the color of the H2 to be the color of summer. I change the image source to be summer.jpg. Right, there's all these different images for the different seasons, and then I change the source of the audio to be the right song, and we change the background color of the body to be the same color as the season. Okay, and you do that for each one, right? And this is where I hope you start to notice, hey, this and this is basically identical. The only thing that's different is the name spring and summer, right? Summer, spring. The color is different. Summer and spring, spring and summer, the color. So really the only thing different is the words, the season and the color. Okay, and the same here for autumn, right? The only thing different is the color and the name of the season. So what we can do with functions, in the last example with Heron's formula, we saw how functions can help us organize code. They can also be used to reuse code and make things more efficient. So what I'm going to suggest we do is I'm going to copy this for now, and I want to write another function, and this function is going to be in charge of updating the page. I'm going to call it that actually, update page. Okay, and I'm going to paste that code in here, and right now this function, of course, will always make it turn into spring. But let's change that. I'm going to call this season name and season color are going to be my 2 parameters. So what I'm imagining is going to happen here, or that I want to happen here, is that for spring, I'm going to go update page, and I'm going to pass in spring, and I'm going to pass in spring's color, like so. And then all of this stuff can go away because I'm going to call this function. The season name will be spring, and the season color will store this color. And let's actually do that for all of these right now. Update page, summer, and then summer's color right here. Okay, and then I'll delete all of this. And same thing here, update page, we're going to pass in autumn and autumn's color. And then we can delete all of this because it was repetitive code. Like the code was slightly different, but not much. And we can deal with the differences by using our parameters and arguments, right? By passing this data into our function. And that allows us to now call the exact same function, but with different arguments, and we can reuse this code. Okay, update page to reflect the season, the provided season. Provided season, right? What gets passed in? Spring in this color, summer this color, autumn this color, winter this color. So now what I need to change is, well, the inner HTML should just not be spring, it should be whatever the season name is. The season H2 color should not be that color, it should be whatever the variable season color is. Okay, here I got to do a little bit of work. I'm going to make this a template string, so we'll change the quote to a backtick. Right, that's to the left of the 1, the backticks, and then I can replace this word spring here by using the $ and the braces and put in the season name here. Okay, so it'll be img/ and then whatever the season name is. Where are we looking here? img/, yeah, the season name.jpg. See spring, summer, winter, autumn. Awesome. And then same with the songs. I'm going to make this a backtick. And this a backtick. And then we're going to just replace the word spring in here. Right, we want to keep the song / Vivaldi and the MP3, all that. But we're just going to add season name into here. And of course the background color of the body is just going to be season color. Okay, so we're abstracting this function. We're saying, hey, this function, use these variables. Use the season name in these places. Use the season color in these places. And then what are season name and season color? Whatever get passed into the function, which can be different things. And look how much shorter this is. Instead of having this code in each of these selection statements, right? We do the code once and we call the function 4 times. That's pretty cool. Let's make sure it works. And now the main job of this function is just to process the input, right? I'm doing an if statement to see what season did they select. And based on the season, I'm going to ask another function to do their job to update the page. So we're organizing our code, we're making it more efficient. This is a great example of using functions to improve our code organization and efficiency. So we'll save that, see if I made any mistakes. I should have my console open in case there's any errors. Oh, looks good so far. Summer, so this now says summer, the image changed, the song changed, the background changed. Autumn, the color of it changed, the image, the background, looks like it still works. So again, nothing amazing. The code before still worked, but I think it's pretty amazing how this is way more efficient. And I want you to, when you're programming, look at those opportunities to say, hey, you know what, this code is really similar. There's only 1 or 2 things different. Well, maybe I can make a function for that and I can just pass in the different values and use them. Right? So these are the parameters. They store the arguments. These are the arguments, right? The values that get passed in are the arguments. They get stored inside of the parameters. Awesome. Okay, hope that made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.